big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is...
We are just to the west of you, Coach, on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Tonight, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Rams and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Bravo!
On play action, now Brady. And incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Check three. 49.
Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Here we go on 4th down now with Brady. That's to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Play action, now it's Brady. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. How about this defense for a 3rd straight play? He's going nowhere. They do go for it. It's Brady. Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Goff on first down. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Out of the gun. Goff. And he'll find his target. Woods. It's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Hey, Delta.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Tampa Bay coming back out here to get the football. As they do that, help me figure out these Buccaneers, a team that every year is hard to figure out. This season, 7-9, first year under Bruce Arians, but just wild swings all year. A team that had both a 4-game winning streak and a 4-game losing streak. They look awful in London. They look incredible in L.A. What gives?
When you are a team that's based on offense, and you mentioned the wild swings, but they are a big play offense, that happens to you. Because if you don't get those big plays in every game, that turns into a grinder. That makes it difficult on you. Their defense is still trying to build it.
Mike Evans, he's going to go. 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 74 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. But that was well executed.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here comes the offense for Los Angeles as they get ready for this next possession. You think about the season that they had, certainly not the first team to go from a Super Bowl appearance to missing the playoffs, but 9-7, not quite good enough to get back in 2019. This offense certainly not as dynamic as it was the past few years. So is there any part of you that says maybe the window has closed on the Rams team, or is that too harsh?
I think it's a little bit too harsh. I don't think the window is closed, but the window's a little foggy right now. Needs a little cleaning. What I mean by that is they've given up a lot of draft capital to bring in players and sign long-term deals. Do you expect Todd Gurley to get back to being the Todd Gurley we saw as an all-pro runner as opposed to what we saw in 2019? Well, Jared Goff, with his big contract, their quarterback, get back to that ascending quarterback. He struggled this year. The offensive line, which for 2 seasons had been virtually intact, it had all sorts of issues this year, a lot of injuries, a lot of uncertainty. And now they'll have a new defensive coordinator next year moving forward. So I think there are plenty of players there. Remember, they picked up Jalen Ramsey during the season, but they gave up big draft capital to get it. You won't be able to build through the draft at the top of it. You have to do a good job in free agency and drafting rounds 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 in order to fortify this team.
Hey, wahoo! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
2nd and 5 now. Goff. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. That was really, really difficult. We're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brady now on first down. And this is caught by Evans. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
That's good. For the Buccaneers, first down. First and 10.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady going up top for Miller. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scott Miller, 54 yards. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on first and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here first and 10 at their own 24. From the gun, here's Goff. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. There on the coverage, knocking that one away was Mike Edwards. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And that will be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bucs are going to take over first and 10 deep in their own territory. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And he's been good. 2 first down passes, no interception. Back on to their lead. So from back deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone, do you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
High 7.
On 1st down, gone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards now with the season over. Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year. Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill, no surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And his guys have got it back at the closing. Stages of the first half. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Brady hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. To throw, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
The play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Let's get to some Hall of Fame talk while we have a second, because last week we mentioned the 15 guys that we knew were going into the Hall. 5 added: Isaac Bruce, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Steve Atwell. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Aaron Donald with a sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17-yard into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Clay Matthews with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now gone. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. We'll kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Aaron Donald able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Throwing is Brady on third down. Caught by Jones. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
58, watch the curve.
They'll try and throw for it here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Well, switching gears, CD, I got to tell you, it's always sad now that football's over. We've got a long wait until Thursday, September 10th.
It's okay.
I know, but
okay.
September 10th.
It's a little misty there.
That's when the 101st season starts. We just finished off season 100. I don't know. What are we going to do till then?
Well, I'm going to rest and relax a little bit, and so are you, but you're exactly right. It won't take us long to start to say, okay, when does camp start? How about OTAs, mini camps? We'll follow the draft. We'll do all the football things, but there'll be nothing like Thursday, September 10th, 2020, and they'll likely be in Arrowhead, right? They'll likely be there for Kansas City. I know it's not a given, but after winning the Super Bowl, after a 50-year wait with that organization and that franchise and family, that game's going to be there that Thursday night.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, we do have some work to do because they're still picking up the controllers out there in Madden Land, I hope.
Yeah, certainly you have to. And why wouldn't you? Because you go ahead and play now, and you figure out who's going to be in the Super Bowl in Tampa next year, and I know you're going to let us know.
Super and Alpha. DC. 54. Mike 54. Let's go.
Throwing on third. Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Buccaneers will take over at the 20. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, And now their task is even tougher.
A loss of 2 there. Second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. On 2nd and 12, Brady. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. He finds his target. It's Evans. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. On play action, it's Brady. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Brady now to throw. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. They'll go for it. It's Brady. And that is incomplete. Bruce Arians takes a shot there, but his guys come up empty. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands, no matter how.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Vita Vea. He's the one who runs him down, and my goodness, that is just a disastrous loss for this offense. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Airing it out deep. They've got his man complete. A gain of 32 that time. Hey, you're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
Now gone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up on Levante David. And he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, box truck. Go Bears it.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Drops it to Jones in the flat. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Open man is Howard, the tight end. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man and try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
So Jared Goff in the offense, down by 13, a minute 50 to play. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there. Goff to Kupp. 58 yards. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Goff on first down. And that's complete to Cooks. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Looking to throw again on second down. Goff to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. 3rd and 2. Goff. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And they finally get him down at the other 46. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Now a first down carry by Jones. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin. But now it'll be 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing they're calling it now, our ball. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Hold on. Check. Hey, lift.
Out of the gun, gone. He gets it to Cooks. 18 yards to pick up there. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. To throw again on second down. Goff. He gets it to Gurley. Complete. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless.